My name is Kelly Dale with Off the Beaten Path, and this is your Must Know Monday for Monday, March the 5th. A few weeks ago, I was at one of my distributors, and they got in this beautiful Microsuede cord that actually has beading on the top of it. And it comes with 3 yards on a spool or on a little card that looks like this. Now, right now, they only have 4 colors, and I'll show you those 4 colors. But these are great because you really can make them into wrap bracelets. Okay, so like I have on a 3 wrap here. I've done a 4 wrap. You can do a single bracelet. So you can do a lot out of one little set of this. Now, all you're gonna need to make one of these bracelets is the cord itself. This is Microsuede, so you have a really nice soft bottom and the beaded top. The other thing you're gonna need is a clasp. They have these great clasps, and I'll give you a close-up of these in a second. But these clasps are magnetic, and you actually glue in your pieces. Now, they have these little prongs on them, so it actually makes it hard for it just to pull off. Like, you literally have to open this yourself for it to come off. So besides that, the only other thing you're gonna need is some E6000 glue and a ruler. So let's go ahead and start talking about our measurements. I actually measured one of my employees' arms a little while ago. I wanted to make a 3 wrap bracelet, just like I have on. So what I did was I measured her arm, and her wrist was 6 1/4 tight. Okay, so tight against her wrist. So I multiplied that by 3. If you multiply 6 1/4 by 3, that's 18.75. So I measured that out, wrapped it around her arm. Well, it was about 2 inches too short for the ends to meet. So what you'll need to do is take the person's wrist measurements. So 6 1/4 times 3 for a 3 wrap bracelet. I would do it times 4 for a 4 wrap, 5 for a 5 wrap, whatever. So that gave me 18.75. Then I'm gonna add 1.5 inches to that before I cut it. That way it gives her plenty of room to be able to do these wraps, and then gives us room to actually add our clasp, because the clasp is about 3/4 of an inch in itself. So I'm gonna go ahead and measure my cord off and show you a few simple things that make this a little bit easier to work with. The main thing that I do want to tell you before we even go any further is that I bought every bit of this that she had left at the warehouse. And she has assured me that as soon as the Chinese New Year is over, which it is over now, that she will order more, and we will have more. Right now, there is a limited quantity, especially on 2 of the colors that I'm going to show you, which are the mint green and the royal blue. So if you're watching this later on in the week and not on the day they come out, we may already be sold out, but I promise you, I will have more. This is just a very limited quantity right now. So let's go ahead and get started. So I wanted to show this one more time to you for the measurement. So 6 1/4, multiply that by how many wraps. So I'm gonna do that by 3, is 18.75. Add another 1.5 inches to that, and that's 20.25 inches for a 3 wrap. And that's for somebody who has a 6 1/4 wrist. Here is the magnetic closure, and when you pull it like this, you will see that it has little prongs here and little prongs here, so that when it actually closes, it can't pull apart. Like, you literally have to take and twist it like this to get it to come apart. So it's very nice and sturdy. So when you cut it off of your spool, and oh, let me show you real quick. So the colors that we have in stock are this really pretty, they call this aqua, but to me this is a mint green color. Very pretty for spring. And you can see that it has the rhinestones and then the chain work on the sides. I have the blue. This is the blue that has the rhinestones and then the blue tinted chain on each side. I have the black with the rhinestones and then the gold ball beading here. And then I have the silver, which I showed you just a minute ago, and this is on the black Microsuede. So when you cut it off the spool, you want to try to, number one, cut it as straight as you can. Okay? Now, the second thing you'll notice is that it has a little rhinestone right here. Now, you can actually glue this in here with the rhinestone, but if you do that, it's a little bit hard to get in there. So I use my flat nose plier to kind of get that rhinestone out of there. There we go. And then once I do that, it's just a matter of taking and kind of mashing down the little ends here on that piece of cup chain so that it fits a little bit better into your piece. Now, if you'll look, your inside hole here is good and deep. So what you'll need to do, unless you have an E6000 that has a spout, like one of the pointy spouts at the top, you'll want to put the E6000 right down on it and press into it. So that way the glue actually goes right down inside of your piece. So at this point, I'm gonna take and I'm gonna push one side in as far as I can push it. Now you'll see that some of my glue, the excess glue, has come out, and that's okay, because all you have to do is just take an excess little piece of paper or something and get any of that excess glue off. And then I will make sure that this is nice and straight. And then I'm gonna do the same thing on the side, and I've already gone ahead and did the little end piece here, so that way I won't have to take up any more time. But you fill the little hole up with your glue. Slide your piece in. Make sure you slide it as far as you can possibly get it in there. And then again, this one doesn't have any excess seeping out, so you just want to try and get those ends in. Once it is like this, set it to the side. It's gonna take about 12 to 24 hours to completely dry using the E6000. So once it dries, your piece will look like this, and you can see I've got a little glue right here that I can get off with no problem. But at that point, you are ready to actually do the wrap and wear the bracelet. So I hope you enjoyed learning how to use this new Microsuede that we got in. We do carry all the Microsuede as well as the magnetic closures. The magnetic closures come in silver and gold currently, and they are stainless steel, so that works out really, really, really well, especially if you're like me and you wear it a lot. We do have all 4 colors available, and they are under the Must Know Monday category on the website. And if they are sold out, I promise you, like I said, that I will be getting more in, because that is the only way I told her I would purchase the rest of what she had, is if she could guarantee me she would have more. So just be watching. If you are not lucky enough to get some this time, be watching our Facebook page and be watching the website, because we will get more back in. So guys, thank you so much for watching, and we'll see you again next time. Bye-bye.